Bling out your deck! Bling out your deck!
Hello, and welcome. I am Terry with Mil-SPEC MTG. And today is Bling Out Your Deck, episode 1 of April 2024, where I pick a few shiny cards that I feel will go up in value. And if they don't, I don't care. I'll still put them in my decks to bling them out. By no means am I a financial advisor. These are just my personal ads for my decks and or collection that I feel are great pickups. Most of the pickups are going to be for Commander's play, but they could go in some other decks, Modern decks, Pioneer decks. So just keep that in mind that most of these pickups will be for Commander, and everything you'll see will be blinged out versions. Without further delay, let's get into it. First on our list, we have Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger in Halo Foil. Ooh, look at that. Look at me, mommy. Look at me. So pretty. Alright, so the reason why I picked this up is actually it's going to go in one of my Modern decks. It's actually going to go in my 8-whack deck. Love the card. I think it's beautiful. I picked it up for $6.67. That's including tax. So everything you'll hear for the prices will be including tax. Right now, that card is at an all-time low of $12.55 for market value. Crazy. The buy list is at $8.09. So like I said, I got a criminal of a deal for $6.67. I had to grab one. Back in 2023 of July, this card was at its highs in the $20 range, and then in October it started dipping down to $16, and now, like I said, it's at $12.55 at its lowest prices for market price. Yeah, I'm grabbing them. Beautiful. I would love to get 4 copies of them if I can. But they go in the other Modern decks like Rakdos Scam. They use 1 or 2 copies. Waste Not. Yeah. EDH Casual. I mean, it's a great card. Beautiful. It's at as cheap as it's ever been. Pick them up. I think it's pretty. Next we have Dino DNA. Look at that. That is just an iconic picture from an awesome film. It's one of those Jurassic Park cards from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Just gorgeous. Now this, of course, is going to go in one of my Commander decks. It's probably going to go in my Dino deck, or it's going to go in one of my Tokens decks. But right now, I paid $5.58. Another copy I paid $6.43 for. It was a little on the high side, but that's okay. Got them off a TCG player, and they're on their all-time low as well. And actually, the regular Dino DNAs are actually more valuable than the foils. But we're here to bling out our decks. We want those foil copies. So if they're going to be lower than the regular copies, yeah, let's grab them. It reminds me of Mimic Vat, and it's actually a lot better than Mimic Vat. So right there is always a win for me, because I played Mimic Vat. It'll go into any like Eldrazi creature deck, like the new MH3 Eldrazi's that you saw, or even the ones from the past. Just think, you exile from your graveyard when it goes in. Now I get to make copies of some Eldrazi's. Yes, please. And even then, if you don't do that, you can make copies or exile creatures out of your own opponent's graveyards if it's something super annoying, and then you get to make a 6/6 copy of it. And you can do this multiple times. It's not just one time. I get to make several copies if I have the mana. Yeah. Love it. Sign me up. Next on our list is Mystical Tutor, the Dominaria remastered version. And borderless foil. This artwork is actually growing on me quite a bit, actually. Look at that. Gorgeous. So, of course, goes into any EDH deck, basically, that's playing blue. It's a Tutor. Yes, please. I paid $8.58 on TCG Player. And right now, they're actually pretty low because the Secret Lair drop of their borderless foil is actually super high. It's like $24 or whatever, I think, for the foil copy. I might be wrong. I can't remember. I know it's like $15, $16 for the regular copies. And why not pick this version up? It's only like $9 that you can pick up. I mean, yeah, it's a Tutor. Tutors usually gradually tick up, especially if they're not reprinted for a while. And I don't see this getting reprinted after they just did a secret layer drop and Dominaria Remaster is still out there. So yeah, it's cheaper than Worldly Tutor, and that just gets me a creature, and this gets me a sorcery or an instant. Yeah, that's why I'm picking it up. It's a no-brainer. I like my Tutors. Next on our list, we have Arachno Genesis. And I believe this is from Commander Masters, the borderless version. Borderless foil. Look at that. Hope you're not scared of spiders. All right. I paid $3.22 for these. I have several copies of them. I got them off a TCG player. This is criminally low. I can't believe actually how low these are. At one point, that was a $30 card before the reprint. Are you kidding me? It's basically a fog effect that I get to create 1/2 green spider creatures with reach, with how many creatures they're attacking me with. And if they're not spiders, I get to block and I can kill their creatures if I do enough damage to them. Yeah. And I get to create that many. I believe there's a lot of token doublers in green, and if you're playing green and white and stuff. Yeah, that's a lot of spiders. I'll take it. This is actually a really good card that's similar to Ink Shield, and Ink Shield's like a $15 to $18 card.
Let me tell you something. I can grab a few of these
for the price of one of those. So that is going to definitely go in my green decks. Love fog effects. Love any kind of protection. And especially if it creates tokens. I love me some tokens. So pick you up some spiders, because I did. Next we have Weathertop in Surge Foil. This is a reskin of Deserted Temple. This is from the Lord of the Rings set. Look at that. Look at that Surge foil. It's just surging with goodness, shininess. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right. Let's be realistic. Real estate is always king in any Magic deck. So right there is already a no-brainer. Next, I paid $7.80 for this Surge foil. Beautiful. And if you look at the graph, this card keeps just gradually climbing. And it's going to keep ticking up. And it's going to keep ticking up until it's reprinted again. Because it is such a versatile land, especially in Commander. When I can untap my Nykthos or my Cabal Coffers or any utility land that I need to do another effect or make a creature unblockable, whatever. This untaps those lands and makes it such a utility land to go into any deck, any Commander deck. You should be playing this. I'm just saying. So that is one reason why I picked it up. And I picked it up in the Surge foil because we're here to bling out our decks. Let's get the nicest, shiniest thing that we can that's under $10. Yeah, I love it. Gotta love these Surge foils. Pick yourself up a Weathertop. You won't be disappointed. Next, we have probably my spiciest pickup that I'll take 100 of these if I could pick up 100 of them. But Resplendent Angel in the borderless foil from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Another card that is criminally low. Like, it is a crime in itself how low this card is. I paid $3.87 each, and I think I got like 2 copies of it. I got it off a TCG player. Can you believe this card used to be $30? And then it got reprinted, and now it's under $4. Why is it under $4 when it's still in Standard? It goes into Pioneer Angels with collective companies, whatever. It goes into how many EDH decks, not just Angel decks. It goes into Life Gain decks. It goes into Giada, Font of Hope. It goes into Tristani, Celestial Voice. To me, this is still one of the best Angels printed. And at $4, under $4, if you pick this up under $4, you won't be disappointed. Even if this card never goes up ever again, which I doubt it will stay this low. It's still a great card that goes in how many decks, and you will never be disappointed having this card or even drawing this card if you're in a game. This is my spiciest pickup, and I would take 100 copies of this if I could. I'm just saying. Love it. Love the art. There's not much more to say. I just love Resplendent Angel, and at less than $4 for this borderless foil is just ridiculous. Last, but definitely not least, good old confetti foil Bitter Blossom.
Look at that shinies. Look at that confetti foil. It just sparkles. Yes, it's so sparkly.
Alright. Anyway, I paid $40 off of a Facebook group that I'm part of because I protect my community and I'm part of those Facebook groups. So that's where I picked this up for $40. And what a glittering, gorgeous card. All these confetti foils are. But I picked up the Bitter Blossom because it's going to go in my Aristocrats Elenda, the Dusk Rose deck. Yeah, I'm blinging that one out. What else does this go into? Let's see. It goes into Teysa, Zur the Enchanter, any kind of Aristocrats deck. I'm just saying. Bitter Blossom's still a great card. Some people think it's getting a little slow, but hey, better print me a 1 casting cost Swamp Bitter Blossom than if you want to beat this. I'm just saying. Such a gorgeous card. Grab it while you can. These confetti foils, just marvelous. But anyway, that's all I have for this month's pickups to bling out your decks. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and feel free to comment below on what your favorite pickup was for this month. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep shining bright.